Hello, I'm Yogi Stillness, and thank you for joining us. I'll be your guide in today's meditation. Today we'll explore how to keep our cool by recognizing who we are underneath a whirlwind of emotions. We'll begin seated on the floor, a cushion, or in a chair. And when you're ready, allow your eyes to close. Let's take 3 deep breaths together now. Start with a big inhale and hold it in. And exhale out as deeply as you can. Then take another deep breath in and pause. And a full exhale. One last full inhale to hold. And one last big exhale, releasing everything. Allow your breath to find a comfortable rhythm on its own. And begin to visualize a person in front of you as your object of meditation. Not yourself, not anyone you know, no one in particular. Just a generalized human form. Whenever you inhale, visualize this person in front of you inhaling. When you exhale, they exhale. Like looking at yourself in a mirror. While visualizing this person, notice all the thoughts floating around in your mind, as if they were the thoughts of the person in front of you. With every sensation that arises, imagine you are watching it arise in this other person. If you feel happy, imagine they are happy. If you are bored, imagine that they are bored. Continue visualizing this other person as if they were experiencing all of the things that you experience for a few more minutes in silence. If your mind is disconnected from the body and breath, return them now and release your visualization. Let the inhale and exhale find their natural balance once again. Continue watching your every thought, sensation, and emotion as they arise and fade. But this time, watch where you feel them in your body. If you feel anxiety in your chest, say to yourself, I feel anxious in my chest, but that's okay. If you feel an itch on your ankle, say to yourself, my ankle feels itchy, but that's okay. Remember that everything you are experiencing is temporary and will come in waves, manifesting and fading away. Any thoughts you have, good or bad, are only states of mind that may pass. Continue watching everything you experience in the body or the mind silently for a few moments without judging or reacting to it. If your mind has wandered off with a thought or sensation, release it and become as present as possible in this moment by connecting to the flow of the breath. In many forms of meditation, practitioners try to understand an object by taking note of all of the things that the object is not. An object, such as a snowball, for example, would be distinguished as not warm, not colorful, and not alive. Through ruling out what an object is not, one can narrow down their definition of what a hard to understand object is. In this same way, yogis have often practiced this meditation on themselves, as we did today, by watching our senses, our thoughts, and our feelings, and noting the difference between these phenomena and ourselves. As a witness to that experience, we become less affected by our outer experience and more aware of ourselves underneath everything else. And the less we can react to external things, the more agency we have over our actions and our experiences. By being less controlled by that which is not ourselves, our truest inner self can start to show up more and more in our daily actions. One of the simplest ways we can start to experience the difference between ourselves and everything else is by being mindful of how we describe our experiences. When we say, "I'm angry," or "I'm happy," it makes sense to us, but neither of these moods are actually us. They're simply temporary states of mind that we experience. If we think about it, we might instead say, "I feel angry," or even, "This makes me feel angry." This can help us remember that our anger is temporary, so we don't need to feel compelled to act out of anger. This doesn't mean we won't experience or avoid anger altogether, but it can allow us to feel it without having to be it. When we are mindful of the difference between who we are and what we are experiencing, it can become harder to get caught up in our emotions and easier to see what is really happening clearly. It is not about denying or ignoring our feelings, but about recognizing them as something that is happening to us. This way, we can allow ourselves to choose how we react to experiences, or learn to wait for intense emotions to fade before we act. Though it can be difficult to remind ourselves of this when we are overwhelmed, through practice, we can start to recognize our ever-changing emotions is just that, shifting experiences. Come back into your body now. Take one last clearing breath in and hold it and let it out. Then allow your eyes to open. Thank you for showing up for yourself in this practice today. We are so grateful for the opportunity to support you in self-care and look forward to meeting here again tomorrow.